beautiful day, so we're at the beach. And
we're going to talk about Mark Suster's participation, the trend that is bigger than the Harlem Shake.
yes, we are.
Sadly enough, we don't see anybody doing the Harlem Shake around here.
No, we were hoping that maybe we could catch it and then just prove to you guys this mass participatory culture is happening everywhere.
But instead, people are participating in those outside activities that we seem to suck at lately.
Horrible. But I'm sure when they go home, they'll be longing for a participatory culture in which they can watch their favorite TV shows and then film a response to them, right?
Film a response, tweet a response. You know, everyone's encouraging everyone to tweet and to post and to do things. Tumblr, as we all know, is my favorite thing to talk about. And that's kind of what's happening.
Yeah, so Mark Suster thinks that in the future we're going to have a world where instead of like a linear plotline to TV shows, he thinks something that would be really, really cool would be if we could like show a few episodes of a TV show and then have people film a response.
And while that's something that hasn't really happened yet, you can kind of sometimes see it in writing when particular TV shows, when a plot line is super, like, just not popular. The writers will generally try and squeeze their way out of it if possible. Current example, Revenge, the entire last season, everybody hated it. So they completely changed the third season. It's a completely different season. It's very different from how it was last season. So they do take into effect what people say. But Mark's trying to encourage it to happen on a much quicker scale.
We're on a first
name basis. I don't remember his last name. I just remembered his first one, so that's why.
And anyway, so he basically said fandom without saying fandom. He just avoided the word, which she thinks is a result.
I think that's a result of the fact that there's still a really big stigma about fandom because people think that it's all scary geeks who like Star Trek or Doctor Who. Hey, Doctor Who's not that geeky.
But I think, I think it could catch on. But see, he's basically comparing it to the reason that we vote on American Idol or shows like that. But then I've kind of noticed that people don't. A lot of people don't do that. I mean, obviously a lot of people do, but it's kind of not a thing anymore. And so I wonder how long that could possibly be a thing. And I mean, like Reno enjoyed.
So you think
you can
not
dance.
Dancing with the Stars?
Got it wrong.
As she tried to.
And she only voted the one time where she felt just like really compelled by the characters, and so I think the dancers. They're characters. So if you don't feel really compelled to vote, then you don't do it. Just like if you didn't feel compelled by a storyline, you wouldn't feel compelled to respond. And so I feel like the effect wouldn't be as strong as he was expecting it to be. I like the idea. I like the notion. It just seems highly unrealistic. I think it could work for one or two experimental television shows, but I don't think it's going to become a thing.
I think it's also the fact that when American Idol came out, it was this brand new thing, and we didn't know what was going on, and of course we want to participate. Well, now it's kind of oversaturated. Yeah. We don't really care. I mean, there's so many shows out there now, it's like, whatever.
And your participation is so passive. I mean, you text.
You text. Well, at least on The Voice, you buy the song, so that's an improvement, because that is in itself a vote. But I think it's a great thing in theory. I just don't know if it's something that we're going to actively do, because we keep saying that participation is this big thing, but when you look at the things that people do participate in, the Harlem Shake, or, whatever, the Listomania videos, beach volleyball, who we're watching right now while we're videotaping, these are things that they don't take a lot of time to do. It takes a minute and a half to film a Harlem Shake video, and hey, you post online and you're included in the conversation. Whereas when it comes to including plot lines or throwing those kinds of things in, it doesn't necessarily track as easily. So I don't know if it's something that's actually gonna become as popular as he's projecting that it will.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the future of TV necessarily. I mean, for the most part, you enjoy passively. I mean, when you sit down and turn on the TV, it's kind of a passive act, and that's what we like doing. You turn it on when you're doing the dishes, and I turn it on when you turn it on. So
I turn it on whenever I'm doing anything in the house. and I walk around and I clean or I talk and I don't pay attention. I am not that participatory viewer. I am the viewer that's you're just going to turn it on and do other things.
Yeah.
And I still think that is what TV is still.
Yeah.
It hasn't reached a point where there is no must-see TV anymore that you sit down and you watch and you go, oh my god!
Yeah.
And the people who are in fandoms. So, we don't know. We think it's interesting.
Who are we now?
Who are we? If we weren't before. So, we'll see you in class. Bye.